Welcome to Easy Email Marketing. I'm your host, Yael Keown, mum, FIFO wife, MBA, coffee lover, survivor superfan, and creator of the email experience. In Easy Email Marketing, you'll benefit from my nearly 20 years experience, where I'll be teaching you all the tips, tricks, and insider info on how to create feel-good, non-spammy experiences for your subscribers. Let's get stuck in. Welcome back to Easy Email Marketing. I'm your host, Yael Keown, and today we are continuing our focus on the most essential email automation, your welcome series, and specifically what emails you can send during this crucial time, but not just any boring old welcome emails. Yes, you absolutely need to send some sort of introduction. You need to talk about your products or services, but we all know that. But what are the extra things we can put in that help someone make a decision and make you stand out from the crowd? Because remember, those inboxes are full. So we'll be looking at some fresh ideas for you today. But remember what the welcome series is all about. You have a new subscriber who has not purchased from you before. So that's the specific scenario I'm talking about here. And they are currently actively interested in what you have to offer. They've signed up today. They are looking for help and they are thirsty for information. So they are looking at your emails. So that's why this series is so crucial and why we need to help make it as easy as possible for them to make an informed decision. And so this means sending a series of emails over a period of time, minimum 3. I would say you're looking at 5, 6, 7. It depends, obviously, on the complexity of your offer. And this is in a condensed period over a couple of weeks. So this is why people are like thinking, oh, I don't know what I can send, because it is just like, how can I talk about my products in such a different way over that many emails in such a short time? Well, that is where I'm going to help you today. So what do you set? Well, of course, this depends on exactly what you're trying to achieve. You are taking your new subscriber on a journey to help them make that informed decision about if they want to buy from you or work with you. So there are 3 key questions you will ask. Firstly, what did they sign up for? So if they signed up for a discount code, they are obviously closer to making a purchase decision than if they signed up to a general newsletter sign up. Or if they went to get a lead magnet download. Or perhaps they signed up for a webinar training, which might get them through the journey a little bit quicker. So what do they sign up for? That is a very important factor in deciding what goes into your welcome series. The second factor is on the other end. What is the next step you want them to take? Now, remember, we don't want this to be a big next step. We don't want a $10,000 package, but is it just as simple as, buy your product? Is it an introductory digital product? Is it to book a discovery call? Is it to get on a wait list? Is it to apply? Or is it to join your membership or your signature course? We don't want to overwhelm them with choice here. Remember, we want to focus in on one key next step. And then the third question is, what do they need to know and or feel to be confident to make that next step? So if you think about those first 2 questions as a spectrum. So on the left, you've got what they signed up for, where they are now. And then on the far right, you have got what's the next step you want them to take. Where do they need to be to make that decision? And in the middle, you have all of these emails and these messages that help them to be confident in making that decision. So yes, this does include emails like introducing your offers, talking about the key selling points and the benefits and what makes you different, and sharing some of those key decision-making criteria. But we also want to weave in some other ideas here to really help them know deep down that you are the right choice for them, or to feel really good about your decision, and that this is, again, the right choice. So let's look at 6 specific fresh email ideas for your welcome series. Idea number 1 is who this is for and who it isn't for. So yes, you want to be absolutely clear on who your ideal customer is and how you help them. We want them saying in this email, yes, that's me throughout, or if it's not them, then They are let go with love. Remember magnetic marketing. We want to attract as much as we repel. We want people to go, yes, that is me. So in the content, you will talk about their challenges, their frustrations, and their desired outcomes. And you can also flip it for the who it isn't for and talk about, some of the limiting beliefs or dodgy industry practices that you disagree with. So if, for example, in my niche, I would say, I don't agree with buying email lists and spamming people with emails. So if that's you, if you want quick wins or you want to just get like $10,000 overnight or grow your list to 100,000 people overnight, that's not me. That's not who I help. So you kind of can use the who it isn't for, some of those far-reaching dodgy practices or things that people do or that in your niche that you are just not interested in. So fresh idea 1, who this is for and who it isn't for. Fresh idea number 2 is the eye-opener. And this is all about exciting them about the possibilities and what you believe to be true. So this is where you would really challenge a limiting belief that your audience has and show them what's possible instead. So this is especially impactful for service providers or digital program creators because you can show them how they can achieve something, that it is possible, that here's the truth behind something, or here's why what you have been doing has not worked so far. It can also be as simple for products and e-commerce to show them, how easy it is to make a decision or how your product will help them overcome that challenge or frustration in their everyday lives. You show them the possibilities and get them excited. So this really amps up those feelings. Fresh idea number 3 is an excuse buster. So this is where you're going to get ahead of any common excuses or barriers to purchase that typically come up. There are bonus points if it's an underlying belief, so we can always be challenging these limiting beliefs. But often you will see things come up like, oh, I can't afford that, or I don't have the time, etc. Or things like perfectionism, imposter syndrome, being worthy, all the shoulds. So many things that get in the way of people making a decision because they don't feel worthy or they don't feel like they've got enough time. So bust that excuse straight up front. So instead of going, hearing back with me, I don't know if I have time to do this, talk about how much time it will save them. Or if you're like, oh, I don't have the money for this, how much money will it save them? How much energy? Or if it's some of those more underlying beliefs, you can talk about, okay, yeah, maybe you're waiting to be ready, but the truth is you're never going to be ready. And talk about some of the things that they don't have to do anymore. So we are busting that excuse right there, right from the beginning, so that they're like, oh, okay, if that's out the way, maybe I can take action. Fresh idea number 4 is social proof or success stories, but with a twist. We don't want to just have a list of testimonials here. We don't want to have just a boring case study. We want to really focus in on someone just like them that achieved the result they wanted. So this doesn't have to be like the most star example. This can be a realistic example. And we use storytelling to show how this works. So this could be through like how so-and-so achieved something outcome in a set period of time. Or it could be showcasing like one customer and their wardrobe for a week and how they transformed it, or their exercise routines and then how they use your products through their routines through the week. So it's like a snapshot of the life. So it creates that social proof. It shows people like them, and it makes them feel like they are in the shoes of this person, that it could almost be them. Fresh idea number 5 is a value bomb. And this is basically a really, really juicy, helpful bit of content that builds trust and credibility. And it shows you know what you're talking about. So these are the real cornerstone pieces of content that you might have in place. So things like your guides, it could be top mistakes, top tips, myths about your niche. It could be some behind the scenes, like creation process for your products. It could be talking about one of the key differentiators of your business, like your sustainability practices, for example. And it's something that really shows you aren't just your average business. It shows as if you are a professional, like expert in your niche, that you know what you are talking about. But it gives them something helpful as well. So they feel like, oh, it's not just you asking them for something the whole time. It is you giving and showing them what's possible. Now, this isn't about giving away everything, especially if you have, helped someone with a challenge or frustration. It's about showing them the what or the why. It's not necessarily the how, if that makes sense. So it's showing how, what small changes could make all the difference, or why what's going on in the industry is not working, things like that. Or it could just be one really juicy, short, quick tip that they can take action on. And if they get that win, they're like, oh, heck yes, I can. If I can get this amazing win with just this small thing, imagine what the possibilities are if I could work with this person further. And then fresh idea 6 is decision makers. So this is where you do give them the information they need, the facts and the helpful resources to make a decision. Now, we do not want to just regurgitate boring features and stuff. We want to talk about the practical decision-making process. So again, we've got this twist here. So for e-commerce, yes, you want to make sure you've got the elements in there of sizing charts, you've got the guarantees, you talk about the shipping, you give choice guides, etc. But try to make it a bit more fun. Maybe have it really well graphically represented. Maybe you have some sort of quiz or a form they can complete to help them make a decision. Or it is, different guides and decision makers. And it could be either you focus in on one of these topics, or you have like a bit of a roundup email that's got links to all these really helpful resources on your website. For services, you might need to describe maybe the difference between the levels of service you have. So maybe if you've got 3 levels of a package, you might say this is really distinct about who each one is for, so that they can help make that decision. It could be, okay, maybe you get them to do some sort of form as well. Maybe it's answering frequently asked questions, like a Q&A format style email. And it could be a bit tongue-in-cheek about, their ongoing commitments and their time, etc. Anything that helps make that decision and helps them move forward, but trying to just not make it dry, make it still benefits focused. So they are the 6 fresh ideas that you can weave in to your welcome series. I'll do a quick recap. 1, who this is for and who it isn't. 2, the eye opener. 3, the excuse buster. 4, social proof, but with a twist. 5, the value bomb. And 6, the decision makers. And don't forget, through all of this, of course, we want our call to action. We don't want to forget that offer that we are making at the end. So in all of these emails, we still want to mention our offers. And we can do this in a few ways. We can do this by saying at the end of a sentence, if you want help with this, here's the next step, or shop now. Or it could be just naturally hyperlinking mentions of your program or your offer or your products in there within the body text. And then post your sign off having like a PS or a call to action button, or a booking link, or featured products, etc., or a pretty banner that promotes your thing. And then, yes, we always want to end with 1 or 2 really strong call to action emails. So an invitation to work with you. I didn't include this in here because that's sort of the stock standard thing, but it is worth mentioning. You absolutely need to have more than 1 invitation email or some sort of strong call to action, like your discount code is expiring, or giving them a reason to act now before you continue on to your regular email campaign schedule. So hopefully you have some fresh ideas, and now you are looking at your email welcome series in a new way. If you did love the ideas in this episode, then you will love all that you get inside Engaging Emails, because there are a ton more. This is my program that teaches you the complete email marketing system that goes beneath the surface to build those real revenue generating results. In other words, all the strategies to get your subscribers opening, clicking, buying, and coming back time and time again. Inside, you will learn more about crafting your high converting welcome series, but that is just one tiny snippet of the whole program. You will also design high converting emails. You'll plan and create strategic content all year round. You'll set up a plethora of automations, all complete with email ideas for each, and you'll be segmenting your audience like a pro. You can learn more about that at yaelkeown.com/engage. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'd love to hear from you about what you've enjoyed from this episode or what you want to know about in future episodes. Let me know over on Instagram. I'm at yaelkeown, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to Easy Email Marketing. It's an absolute honour that you chose to listen. If you love this episode, then it would mean the world to me if you could leave a review so that others can find this podcast and make their email marketing easy too. Finally, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss a thing. Until next time, have an awesome day and make sure to keep showing up and serving in those inboxes.